Good afternoon, everybody. That's the closing bell, 1 o'clock p.m. on Friday, November 9th. The end of another trading week. I hope your week was great. I hope your week ended green. I know mine did, so feeling good about that. And feeling good about going into the weekend. Got a lot going on, but it's going to be good. So, with that all out of the way, please, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can easily find us in the future. And leave us comments. Let us know what you think and what you want to see more of, etc. You know the drill by now. If you've heard these before, just let us know. Give us some feedback. Tell us what you like and what's going on with you, how your trading is doing, and we're here to help you. So let us know how we can do that. That all being said, let's actually take a look at the markets today. The ES, starting with the S&P 500, it was basically down out of the gate. Today was a very much bear day. The bears were in control, pretty much playing out exactly what we talked about this morning, which is a retracement, wanting to get down to maybe testing this 38.2 to 50% area. That is what I am looking for as a likely target. Now, first step, however, is it's got to get past this 21 EMA, which right now is definitely acting as support, the daily 21 EMA. We bounced right off of it and actually retraced most of the day at one point, and now literally just in the last couple of minutes, the sellers showed up and they have pushed down pretty hard. So I would not be at all surprised if we're looking at a pattern of a low, a lower high, and we set a new lower low on our way towards testing this 38.2 level. So that is kind of how I'm expecting things to play out. Obviously, we won't know for sure until it unfolds next week. So we'll have to just see what all happens. I mean, I guess technically it starts Sunday, so we'll see. We'll see how the markets digest this over the weekend. See if anything else happens over the weekend that causes the markets to react in some fashion. But barring anything like that, that's what I'm looking for. If I want to get bullish right now, the only way I can see to do that is if there is a hard bounce off this level and break through that sell zone. And that would be very significant. That would mean actually that this upwards thrust, the upward pressure here, the buy pressure is so strong that the retracement wasn't even able to get to the 38.2 before bouncing. If it actually only gets down to here and bounces, then that is quite significant. And the next move is likely to be very strong, and I think would have a good chance of actually shattering this upper sell zone here. So we'll have to just see how that all plays out, obviously. But if we can get down to the 38.2 level, maybe somewhere in here, the 38.2 to 50%, that would be kind of a standard, healthy, reasonable retracement, at which point it can start its upward move. And if it can set a higher high here, then we know that, in fact, the trend has reversed. If, on the other hand, it breaks down to the 61.8, also not at all unreasonable. That does mean that this upwards move is a little bit weaker. It basically expended a lot of its energy on the way down here, so it's just not quite as strong. And obviously, if it's able to push all the way down, break through this entire retracement area, and take out this low here, then things are going very downhill. So at the moment, I don't see any real signs of that. But I mean, technically, this is still a downtrend, so it's possible that that downtrend continues. We'll have to just wait and see because my crystal ball is in the shop. I don't know about you. Mine is not working. So, Navigator on the daily is trending upwards though, so it's working on trying to get its way up to that zero line. So maybe this this retracement here lets it kind of relax a little bit and then move its way up past the zero line. Intraday, of course, still plenty of volatility to be had. There's a lot of swings going on intraday, and there are some definite good trades to be had. Good scalping time if you are the scalping sort. If you're a day trader, this is a good time for you. If you are more of a swing trader, it's perhaps a little bit challenging if you trade the S&P. If you trade individual stocks, then obviously there is a whole universe of opportunities. Let's take a look at crude oil, see what it has done today. Come on. No, that's not what I want. I want that. There we go. So crude is just really kind of going nowhere today. Pretty much just stayed inside the box all day long. In fact, there's nothing pretty much about it. That's exactly what it did, was stay inside the box. However, the 60-minute 21 EMA is definitely down. So there's no question we have lower lows, We have lower highs, we have lower lows. There's definitely a downtrend in force, and the Navigator is definitely bearish. But notice where it's at, 40% level. That down there, or that notice where it got, I should say. 40% level is starting to get on the oversold side, so it's not surprising to see this. That's healthy. This pullback here, and if this can just kind of regain its strength in this zone in the box here, then perhaps it can take out these lows and head lower. So that's what you're looking for if you are a bear, and basically you're looking for it to break this support level here. This is that minor support that I pointed out this morning, and right now we are flirting with it. We bounced through it, or broke through it rather, I should say, and then bounced right back up to it. And right this moment, that is exactly where crude is hanging out, is right at that support line. If it can break its way through there, then the next test is just plain and simple this buy area, buy zone right there. But notice the magenta navigator on the daily. So this kind of needs to relax a little bit, maybe go sideways for a few days, something like that. But it needs to kind of back off a little in order to have any kind of momentum left to go to the downside. Because, I mean, let's face it, this has been already a very significant move. I mean, look at that. That is a big move to just kind of do in one shot like that. Pretty much barely ever retracing anything. I mean, there are a couple of little itty bitty tiny ones here, but I mean, they are nothing significant at all. So no major retrace whatsoever. So whatever's going on here, this is a strong initial move. And if it's able to continue, then it could have some legs on it yet. But on the other hand, it certainly could reverse. And if it takes out this area here, that's what I'd be looking for to signify a genuine reversal, is get back up into like the 68 range, something like that. But right now it's broken 60. If it can hold below 60, then there's a decent chance it could head a bit lower. So keep your eyes on that if you're following crude. Now, gold has had kind of a sharp move down. We've had a pretty wide range day today, and definitely heading down towards this lower channel line that I have talked about quite a few times already. Navigator still just drifting downwards, but no sharp moves there. Definitely getting oversold on the magenta, or on the navigator rather. We're showing magenta. Let me actually pull that up a little bit, see it better. In fact, that will, oops, no, that put it back again. All right, let's try that. There we go. In fact, I'll do that. So, as you can see, definitely oversold conditions on the 60. So, not surprising at all to see it just kind of relax a bit, go sideways into the box. And that 21 EMA is definitely acting as resistance. So, that is the first thing you're looking for, is for any kind of sign of real upwards momentum. You want to see a break of that 21 EMA, maybe a break of the box would be a very nice added plus. Gold's got a ways to go if it's going to have any kind of a real recovery, a real rally. But my guess is that first it's going to want to reach this channel line, maybe do something like this, poke kind of below it. But if you get real bearish on gold, if you actually want to be talking about being a gold bear, then we are talking about breaking these lows down here. If we can take out this low here, the support area there, this support area here, then there's quite a lot of room to head down. And it's got to take out these two lows here in order to really do that. So definitely plenty of room left for gold to move down. But first line of defense is this channel line. So gotta see what happens when it gets there, and if it bounces off and heads to the upper channel line, or does not. All right, let's take a look at crypto. Right now, crypto has retraced a big chunk of this, and it has actually retraced right into a buy zone. And you can see right there that here's the buy zone, which is based on back here, based on this zone here. And you can see actually the top of that buy zone happens to be right about where I had previously drawn just an approximation channel line. That wasn't actually a zone per se. It was just kind of showing the channel that Bitcoin had been stuck in. I'm actually going to get rid of that line for now. But at this moment, Bitcoin has gone right down into that buy zone and is there currently right this moment. But we've got magenta flashing warning lights saying, hey, we are oversold. We are down at the 45 level, very definitely oversold, and need to just kind of lead off some of this downwards pressure, go sideways for a bit. But at that point, it could certainly resume the downward move. I mean, if you look on the daily, we've got this wedge still forming, and there is some room to the downside here. There's also room to the upside, though. So it's pretty much right in the middle of that wedge formation, wedge pattern that has been forming. So we really got to see what's going to happen. Whoops, come on. There we go. Sometime in this range here. So just keep an eye on that. Break to the upside that holds, maybe retests and bounces. Strong, bullish. Break to the downside that holds, maybe bounces back up and holds and comes down. Very bearish. So those are sort of the things you're looking for. I do see right now the Navigator is just trying once more to make a push towards the zero line, but you can see the last time it tried that, it couldn't do it. And the time before that, it did it, but didn't last. And even back here, it managed to do it pretty strong and then nothing. So it seems that every time Bitcoin wants to get a foothold, the sellers show up and slam it back down again. But at some point, there won't be any sellers left. There won't be anybody who really wants to sell. And at that point, it can do nothing but go up. So keep an eye on those levels. That's what you're looking for, depending on whether you are bullish or bearish on crypto or Bitcoin in specific. Natural gas to round things out and head into our weekend. Well, natural gas had another really nice up day, but you can see what happened. It shot up and then the sellers showed up in force and shoved it back down again. So retraced almost half of the day's range, which is a very large range bar. And you can see the move here. I mean, just bam, 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 bam. It's just been straight up like a rocket. And then the sellers showed up, slammed it back down again. We've got a very wide range, very tall box here. So a lot of volatility showing up at the moment in nat gas. And of course, we had big flashing warning signs in the magenta. Leading up into that move, it was already oversold or overbought, 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 overbought. It was screaming at you. If you're long, it's time to take some profits. So that would have been a fantastic long trade, no question about it. Maybe when Navigator crossed the zero line and then a break of the box to the upside. At that point, it was just nothing but up. So real nice trade there in natural gas if you are a natural gas follower. But now you got to ask yourself, where to from here? Does it have it in it to head significantly higher and start a whole uptrend that's going to really have some legs? Or is this going to be just short-lived? Is this just weather? Is that what's causing this? And is it going to just kind of peter out? Maybe this is the top and come back down, crawl through the sell zone, now a buy zone, and then back down into this buy zone, and then maybe even back down into the areas it was before then, and maybe this zone down here. So you just really tricky to have a clear direction on what to do right now. I mean, there's no question that the bulls are in control, but going back to really get bullish, I mean, there's some significant highs it's got to get over, and maybe it can. Definitely, we are going into winter, and there could be more weather events and things like that. So it is possible, but right now, personally, given that all these sellers just showed up, I'd be probably wanting to see maybe a test of this sell zone as a new buy zone now. See a test of that, see it hold as support, and then maybe see about a long at that point and stop maybe just outside the zone, something like that. So that's my thoughts on a natural gas and what to look for. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, that you find it useful, helpful. I hope your trading is going great. And as I already mentioned, if there's anything we can do to help you out, let us know. Leave us a comment. Leave us a chat if you're on these streams live. Jump in the Discord room if you are over there. Say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And incidentally, if anybody is in the San Jose area this weekend, we're going to be doing a presentation tomorrow and giving kind of a preview of our 3-day live intensive training course called the Technical Trading Accelerator. And if you are interested in checking that out, please, we'd love to have you. Come do so. Come down to our offices at 323 Piercy Road. That's Piercy Road in San Jose, California. 323 Piercy Road. It's Stock Navigators. And we will be starting at about 10 a.m. Go a couple of hours and then hang out afterwards. If people want to just shoot the breeze, talk trading, hang out and chat and be social, that is the plan. So anybody else wants to come, I know we've already got quite a few people who are registered to attend, but there's no real registration required. Just come on down. We'd love to have you. Love to see you. So That is it for me. Friday is done. Looking forward to sliding into the weekend here. I got a lot going on tomorrow, but it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to it. Until next week, which, oh yes, I don't want to forget one last time, we are changing the format up. Starting next week, we are going to be 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So morning and afternoon pre-market and post-market analyses on Tuesday and Thursday going forward. That will be the new format for a little while we see how that feels. So until Tuesday, hope you have a great weekend. And as always, good trading. Bye-bye.